come back from 3-1 down and knock off the Orlando Magic, just as they did way back when, back in 2003? Yeah. Cade Cunningham ready to go against Paolo Banchero and the Magic. And early on, you wondered how they would come out given how bad that second half was in Game 6.
Well, one of them came out.
Yes, it did.
The others did not, Ernie.
He scored their first 11 points.
Yeah, Paolo came out and he tried to compete, but he had no help. But this, to me, was expected. Detroit was going to win this game.
Cade Cunningham connects another 30-point game. He had 4 of those in the series, and Jalen Duren had his first double-double. We've been waiting for that. Cunningham again, he had 32 and 12 on the day.
So was this guy spectacular.
Yeah. He tried to will his team to win.
Game tied at 45. And
this guy willed his team to win.
Boy.
Tobias Harris.
Oh, did he ever.
Call home.
20-6 finish to the second quarter.
That was the game right there, right before the half, Ernie.
His change of pace right here is second to none right there.
Detroit running away and Cade just piling it on. Danish Jenkins for good measure at the end of the third quarter.
Who he play for?
Danish Jenkins has had a breakthrough season. Guy who was on a 2-way contract.
What's his first name?
Danish.
Yeah, you like that name.
I got excited. I thought it was sweet.
Not Danish.
Danish, okay, my bad.
102-86. Orlando was trying to hang around, but there's Tobias Harris there. And they can celebrate at Little Caesars Arena. 116-94. The Detroit Pistons come back from that 3-1 deficit, get their first series win since 2008. Kenny, your takeaway from what you saw from Detroit today, again at home, and just that second quarter run just was like, I know you're thinking about it, Orlando, but it ain't happening.
It was a comfortability in making shots. I didn't think the defense was, in Game 6, was too extreme on either end. I just thought guys were not making shots after people made plays. So there are guys who make plays like Paolo and Cade. And when they make the play to make it for someone else, can you deliver on a shot that is a contested but pretty much open? Today, the Detroit Pistons with Jenkins and Tobias Harris was super at that. And then the one thing that Tobias Harris does, he creates a double team. I think for the first time in the series, he was so consistent in the post that they had to double team him as well. So all of a sudden you have Cade and you have Tobias Harris. That was just way too much for the Orlando Magic, who was only getting baskets from one player.
Yeah, Tobias Harris, season high. Didn't have 30 at all in the regular season, but he had it today when they needed it most.
Yeah, the reason why I've been so high on the others because, throughout my career, the others have saved me many times. And, other had a fantastic game today. I knew when he hit that double pump shot in the corner that he was going to be hot. He played excellent. He took a lot of pressure off Cade, and he just played well. And when the other is playing like that, and you're at home and the crowd's into the game, there's not much you can do. They gave it away right before halftime, but he continued to play so well. And once the fire started, it was nothing they can do with Tobias.
And this team that was the worst three-point shooting team in the playoffs goes 16 for 33 today.
Yeah, I thought this was a foregone conclusion before the game. When you're up 3-1 and have a chance at home and don't close it out, the Pistons were playing with house money today. Give Tobias credit. He played great. Because my biggest problem with the Pistons all year, can they score enough? Cade's obviously fantastic. The one who surprised me and disappointed me was Jalen Duren. But Tobias played great pretty much every game. And he stepped it up another level today. But, man, once they got back to Game 7 at home, you knew there was no way the Magic were going to win that game today. I never thought they had a chance today because if you lose that game, not the fact that they lost it, Ernie, how they lost it. All losses are not the same. When you go 27
out of 28 minutes.
Yeah, and then
And you have a 24-point lead.
You have a 20-point in a closeout game. And listen, if it wasn't for Banchero, they would have beaten by 100.
Well, let's see what Jamal Mosley has to say after the Magic eliminated in 7 by Detroit.
Jamal, just how did that one shift? It looked like Detroit closed out the second quarter fairly strong, but obviously there was a second half. What changed for you guys to not be able to come back like that?
First of all, I want to talk about our guys' effort and their energy in the game, whether shots were falling or not. These guys laid it all on the line in this game, and that's that's all you've asked them to do. Again, and that's part of being able to coach this group, that they found a way to fight no matter what the circumstances. And that's the one thing that I want to say I'm appreciative of most of all for these guys. That second quarter, couple empty possessions, couple misses at the rim, long three. They get out in transition. You know, I think the biggest sign for me was when I think we missed one at the rim. Cade comes down, hits a knockdown three, and then that's the momentum swing. You know, coming out into the third, I thought we did a decent job defensively. We just couldn't find the basket, couldn't put it in the hole. And I think that was a big portion of it right there, too.
Coach, what was your message to your team there post-game?
Gratitude. You got to understand, everything that's happened with these guys this year, they've always found a way. Never made excuses. Never pointed, blamed. They found a way to come together in moments when we needed to get things done. And win or lose, it's not about that always. It's just about how they keep finding ways to battle within games. And it's not always pretty, but for me, it was just the gratitude of being able to coach these guys, for 82 plus. Be able to do the right thing by them to make sure that they're putting themselves in their best position to be successful overall.
You guys have been in this.
Meantime, the Detroit Pistons have never lost a home game 7. They are now 5-0, and you see all the teams they've faced in Game 7 since 1990. You add the Magic to the list. A 22-point win this afternoon. Pleased to welcome to the proceedings Tobias Harris from Detroit, where they're celebrating. Tobias, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey, you picked a heck of a time to have a season high, didn't you?
I sure did, man. Game 7, so you knew we weren't coming out of here without a victory today. So I'm proud of our guys, and it was a huge win for us.
Let me ask you this. As the number 1 seed, when you fall down 3-1, how much heat are you feeling?
I think part of this group is we do a really good job of just staying in the moment. Our staff has been preaching to us all year is, eliminate all the noise, all the chaos on the outside, and just be ready to play basketball. We knew when we fell 3-1 that those games we lost, we weren't ourselves out there. So we just stayed with it. Internally, we had the belief that we were going to come back in the series, and we just chopped it all the way down. By every quarter, we have to win. And I thought Coach JB and all these guys, our whole team came together and really had this goal of coming back in the series, and we were able to do it. Spectacular for us as a team, but we know there's more work to do.
Tobias, I consider you a great other. I play with a lot of great others. Rick Fox, B. Shaw, GP, James Posey, Big Shot Bob. Certain times, especially in crucial games, they would come to me and say, "Big dog, I'm going to be ready today." Did you go to Cade before the game and say, "Cade, I know a lot of pressure on you. If you kick that thing to me in the corner, I will be ready for you today"?
Most definitely. I mean, he knows that from me on a regular. And for myself, it's just being ready, staying in the moment, taking advantage of what the defense gives me out there. And, the biggest thing is just doing whatever I can to help this group win. So we know, obviously, Kay's our guy, and he's been tremendous for us all series long and just making big shots and making big plays. But myself, Danish Jenkins, JD tonight, we had a lot of guys step up there and give big efforts for us to win this game.
You played great, honestly, the entire series. Obviously, you exploded today. Did you feel physically that you had an advantage with your size? Because you played great every game. Obviously, you went crazy today. But did you think you were really aggressive this entire series? Did you think you had a size advantage?
I mean, they're a big team. But at the same time, I know when I get guys who are smaller on me, especially in the post, they're not growing. So I know I could raise up and get my shot off, and I know that really just using my instincts out there and seeing how they play defense and finding ways to put the ball in the basket for us as a group. It's what I've done my whole career, just being in a great situation in the moment now to showcase it. And I just think the way that we play, our energy defensively, offensively is huge for us. So it was a great series for us as a team to really grow and learn as well. So we're excited to move on and get ready for the next round.
You talk about mental fortitude, Tobias, what you showed today, because, you know, the narrative would have been, oh, Game 7, let's see what Tobias does this time. And then all of a sudden, what was that mental approach from going from your last Game 7 to this Game 7 with Detroit?
Well, you talking about the last one where I didn't score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
knew
everybody
I was
was
coming.
saying.
I knew I was coming ready today. I was coming ready today. Don't get it twisted. I was coming ready today.
Exactly.
No, for sure. I mean, listen. I had time, obviously, to reflect on that, and you know, I just knew for us to win, this team needs me to be assertive and aggressive, and all series long, just continue to shoot the basketball. I put in tremendous amount of hours and work on my game. I study this game like no other, and I just knew that you got to go out there and leave it all out there. So to what you said, yeah, for sure. I knew what time it was.
Tobias, last question for all the kids that aspire to be like you. When you put the 3 by your head and you act like you was talking on the phone, can you explain what that means?
Yeah, it's real simple. It's like this, and then I'm on the phone. I'm calling
Okay,
whoever
got it.
right
Okay,
now.
got it.
So,
Yeah, okay.
You got it?
All right, I appreciate you.
All right. Well, give us a call next round then. Give us a call next
You
round.
already know. Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Tobias, thank you very much, man. Good luck next round.
I was like, I know he knew that he had 0 points in Game 7. I just didn't want to go there like that.
I was telling Kenny in the back, I says, man, this is interesting. And he said, what do you mean? I says, you know, that last Game 7 in Philly, he played 36 minutes and didn't score. And they were pissed in Philly. And then they come back and have a Game 7 like he did today. That was really pretty cool.
And to have that kind of veteran presence on this team, he and Duncan Robinson lead that team in playoff appearances. This was the 74th game for him, but he brings that factor.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned him, all the guys who I played with, but, you know, I can remember those guys just coming and saying, hey, I didn't play well last series. Last time we had a Game 7, I didn't play well last game. I'm going to be ready for you, big dog. And, you know, as much as we marvel over Cade Cunningham, he was definitely the difference tonight, and I'm glad he played like that. And, you know, Chuck has already told him he's actually been playing well the whole series. I haven't seen him play a long stretch of games like that in a long time, so kudos to him.
So they get either Toronto or Cleveland here in the next round. Do you think once you get through that first round, and you tell me as guys who have been there, if you feel like, okay, we're the number 1 seed, we're supposed to win this, okay, does it free you up a little bit once you get past that first round?
No, they're going to have to find a way to score. They're not scoring. Like, even that last game they won, they only scored 91 points, Ernie. They exploded today, and you got to score. The way the NBA is today, I think Toronto's a better matchup for them. But if you play the Cavaliers, you're going to have to score. Because Donovan can score, James can score, the two big boys can score. Like they are a really good defensive team. But if you saw in this series, Tobias got to keep it going. They got to find a way to get Duran going. Like he can't be single digits in 6 out of 7 games.
Needs more 15 and 15s like today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but like I say, basketball to me, I tell you, like, are they freed up? Man, they were down 3-1 a week ago, so don't act like they gangbusters. They gonna have to find a way to score. They got to give Cade some help, plain and simple.
I would agree with what the philosophy is, but in terms of mental, yes. Because you are the 1 seed, and this is kind of the first time that you've been the hunted. You've been seeking to be this position, and didn't realize that it comes with responsibility of excellence. And so now they've found some excellence. Then you have 2 or 3 days, home, and the next game is back at home. So you're not on the road and you could focus in a little bit. It is to me just a pressure release mentally and saying, And every series is different. Duran didn't play well against them, against Carter. But he may play well against whoever's guarding him next series. He might have the advantage. So I think that every series is different and every matchup is different.
The true answer to your question, Ernie, is yes. Because we won, now we can forget about it. I got 2 days to rest and reset my brain and figure out who we're playing. And then the first game is going to be a feel-out game to see, do we have pressures or are we okay? So the answer to your question is yes. This series is over. Yes, we were down 3-1. We came back and won, but it's over.
You're back, only one spot left now in the conference semifinals. That's going to go to either Cleveland or Toronto, playing tonight on NBC. Meantime, well, let's stick on that for a second. We'll get to New York, Philly in a second. How do you see it, Shaq, tonight with Toronto staying alive on that R.J. Barrett shot the other night and now going to Cleveland?
Toronto is definitely very confident, playing well. I'm scared for Cleveland because they have 2 guys on the same team that for the past couple of years, when we need them to show up, they have not showed up. I want them to show up. Hopefully they show up. I need one of them to have a spectacular game. Either one of those players can explode for 40 or more points. I need that for them tonight. But Toronto, listen, Toronto is a bunch that you're going to have to really, really put away, because if you give them a chance to fight back, they will fight and claw, and if you give them an opportunity to win, they will find ways to win. But I'm more concerned for Cleveland, especially being at home. I need one of those guys to have a monstrous game. Tobias had a monstrous game. I need one of those superstars to have a monstrous game. Can they do it?
Mitchell's had 30 a couple of times in this series, but he has not had even 25 in the last 4 in this series. Does he explode tonight?
There's some defensive perimeter by the Toronto Raptors that is elite, and not just good. I'm even talking about when you put, Scotty Barnes, and you put Andre Barrett, and you put Shed, who's the other version of what's my man from Off Night.
What you're saying is not matching this video, by the way.
Jaden McDaniel?
What you're saying is not matching this video, by the way. The man can score whenever he put his head down.
He hasn't been scoring whenever he wants because he's not getting to 25, especially when a guy who's a volume shooter. So that also comes with the defense and making you take tougher shots. But the other part of that is both of them are playing defense. They have to defend certain times where they probably in games could concentrate on their offense and then someone else would play. But no, they're like, we're going at your head. And we're going to create matchup problems, and we're going to switch to make James and make Donovan, who are smaller in their positions at times, guard bigger players.
You have a serious look of concern.
Sick 'em, Chuck. Get 'em, boy.
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. If you're James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, you're 2 of the best offensive players in the NBA.
Okay.
Chuck.
You have done 0 this series.
Why?
Because you're starting to get the reputation, and James has earned his. You talked that stuff about Orlando the other night. It's starting to act like James and Donovan, when the lights get bright, they can't handle it. James already has that reputation. Donovan is starting to get the reputation. You're playing against a team that you're better than. Because think about this. Donovan had home court last year and stunk up the joint against Indiana. You make the big trade and lose. You make the big trade to go get James Harden. So you're like, now we are ready.
2 dynamic scorers.
And they have not played well. Donovan Mitchell, he's went 4 straight playoff games and not had over 25. Don't tell me you're a star if you can't get me to. And Shaq, we do agree on this. Like during the regular season, you're going to have some highs and lows. But during the playoffs, your averages should go up. I don't care who's guarding you, because you're going to play more minutes. But so I'm disappointed in Jared Allen. I'm disappointed in Mobley. But the 2 guys who are disappointed me the most are James and Donovan.
Real quick, the Philadelphia 76ers, after knocking out the Boston Celtics, now go to New York. Knicks have home court. With Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, how do you rate Philadelphia's chances against New York?
Well, Tyrese Maxey played excellent ball, mixed the game up, put his head down, got past the defender to play well. And Joel Embiid, I'm not going to say anything about Joel Embiid. Turn the camera on me. That's what I got to say about Joel Embiid. Give me my camera one. Hurry up. He knows what that means.
I think we all do. What do you?
Knows that, Joel,
You know what, though?
I know you and your son watching. That's what I'm talking about. From the Lord Supreme of the Big Man Alliance, I salute you, big man. You play like a real big man.
34, 12, and 6 in game
say it again,
7.
Ernie.
34, 12, and 6.
One more time, Ernie.
Yep.
34 to yes.
You know, and when you look at that Boston team without Tatum, and if you look at matchup to matchup, you're talking about Maxey and Edgecombe, and we talked about those guys having advantages. And then all of a sudden, Joel is semi-healthy or like 90%. And we're not even talking about Paul George. They had a better lineup than the Boston Celtics the other day. When Joel Embiid is in the Philadelphia 76 lineup and he's all-star or better, or if he's close to MVP, it's a different thing. But if he's all-star or better, they have a better lineup than 85% of the NBA. So their lineup is there. They just have to be there and be healthy and no distractions.
30
The
seconds.
big winner last night was the New York Knicks.
Getting home court.
Getting home court. I think this is a pick'em series. I think Joel, shout out to Joel, he played great. Obviously, Max has been great all year. Paul George has really stepped up. But I thought the big winner last night was the New York Knicks, going from having to go on the road to now they're at home. It's a quick turnaround. Joel's got to stay healthy. But, man, I think that's a 7-game series. I think it's going to be a knockdown, drag out. And I think it's a pick'em series.